What's up, Keep Pounding crew? We're back today with another video. Keep pounding. Today's topic is our season ends to the Atlanta Falcons. If you like the video, if you like the stream, if you like the channel, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that bell, select all, leave a comment down below if you feel like doing so. And don't forget to check out the Facebook page, Keep Pounding in all caps, for in-game posts, polls, opinions, and reactions to NFL news. Let's get into it. All right, so not the result we wanted at all. And the Falcons led for most of that game. It was very disappointing. But we do have a lot of talented players that we can carry over into 2022. So, I feel like this is an opportunity to keep building upon what we already have and try to re-sign who we have on board now, while moving a few pieces and trying to fix this team to a point where we can be competitive for a playoff spot next year. Now, I am going to give you guys the grades that I put for this game. Keep in mind, this is a very disappointing game, and I'm a little frustrated by a few players right now. So, and a few other things included in this. So, we're going to start by position and grade A to F. If you're unfamiliar with how we do things here, that's the way my system is. So, let's get into it. Quarterback position. Cam Newton and PJ Walker. I got to give that a B minus. The picks hurt us, but there were some solid throws as well. Kind of disappointed with all that, and kind of disappointed with PJ taking the sack and the fumbles. So with that in mind, that grade now moves to a C+. Right. Moving on. Running backs. Chuba looked great. I mean, until they started shutting him down, and that wasn't really his fault. They were blitzing and loading up the box. So, Chuba did what he could do, and I salute him for it. So that's a B+ from me. Wide receivers. B, because they were in the wrong places. They weren't put in the right places to really give us an opportunity to succeed and move down the field as well as we would have liked to. So, and I'm talking about a check down on deep pass wasn't there. I'm talking about certain plays where we just needed a little extra push. And we started reinventing the wheel on a few of those plays, which is exactly what we thought Jeff Nixon wasn't going to do. That's what he said he wasn't going to do, but we ended up doing it anyway. Moving on. Tight end, B+. I feel like the tight ends were very involved today, even though Ian Thomas dropped 2 passes. That's the only reason I'm docking him and the tight ends in general. So, there you go. Great blocking from Tommy Tremble and a great touchdown from him. So, they were very actively involved, and I was very happy with that. Offensive line. Now we get to the meat of the problem. And that's going to be a C plus from me. Not a surprise, right? Missed block from Dennis Daly led to a sack. We had some bad penalties that continued on from last week. Not as bad as they were, but still, you don't want to see that in a clutch game like this. Defensive end, C plus. I just felt like the pass rush just wasn't there. Not as much as it should be. We got a lot of work to do there. I feel like if we add a really strong pass rusher to this mix, in the offseason, I feel like we could get a little bit more done there. I don't think Spider-Man, Mr. Spider Burns over there is enough. Fox isn't enough either. So we got to keep pushing and find that answer. Defensive tackle, C plus. Guys, when these running backs get that many carry attempts, it's never a good sign. It means they found a hole in our defense, particularly our defensive line. We got to fix that. We got to address that in the offseason. That's just not acceptable. Linebacker, B minus. All things considered, Shaq's bad coverage. But the run stops were decent. Can't argue with the results. We just need Shaq to not keep getting taken out of the plays. He's a valuable part of these defensive stops. And if as many times as Jeremy Chin has had to come up and make the play and stop these guys when Shaq gets taken out of the play, it's just not good. It's not at all. So, and that grade is not a knock against Perryman or Carter at all. They both did a great job today. I felt like it was solid, and I was satisfied with them both. Corner, B minus. And I say that with a little bit of confidence because here's the thing. Henderson was on Gage for a good chunk of this game. And for a while it was back and forth, tic-tac-toe, you know what I mean? They were just back and forth for the first quarter. And then finally, CJ started to have the edge for a little while. That kind of went away for a little while then, at that point. 101, mind you. And it just got uglier from there. So, corners didn't really impress me today. Although I saw some decent coverage today, and I was pleased by that. So, we'll see what happens. Free safety, it's getting a B plus. Jeremy Chin has been lights out this year. He's getting his proper due, Why wouldn't that be a B plus? As far as I'm concerned. Strong safety, Burris, B plus. He was all over the place getting the job done. Very pleased with him. And, how the story goes there. Special teams, B. We had a bad punt, and when you're fighting for a field position, that's never a good thing. When you're going back and forth on field position battle, with a bad punt? Yikes. So, coaching. Let me think about this one for a second. C. Very pissed off at the clock management that I saw in that game right before half. We pocketed 2 timeouts that we could have used to get this ball back and do something with it. With Cam Newton in, not on the sideline. I don't know what Matt Rule was thinking by putting PJ in. That was not it. Cam only threw 1 pick. He didn't see the guy. How could he? It was his blind side. However, it was the same play dialed up again and again and again. Eventually, that's going to get picked off. It was an easy read. So, how much of this blame do you want to throw at Cam Newton? How much of this blame do you want to throw at the offensive line? How much of the blame do you want to throw elsewhere? I'll leave that up to you. But that coaching did not help us at all. That left a possession up on the board that we never got with 3.5 minutes left. And I'm very, very unhappy with that. With a 2-minute warning sitting there as well that we could have used. We got the defensive stop. That's what, a minute and a half we could have done something with? 2 timeouts? Maybe 1 timeout at that point? No. Matt. Don't make the same mistakes that Ron Rivera did. This is what got him fired. This is one of many things that got this man fired. And one of many things that got me pissed off royally at him. One of a handful. Don't walk that road, Matt. Please, man. I'm telling you. You won't like where it ends. Please, I like you as a head coach, and I want to see you stick around for 1 more year. And I want to see what you can do. Don't put yourself under more fire. Please. I really like you as a coach, and I really don't want to see you walk that road. Tackling. B-. There were a lot of moments where I was not pleased with the tackling, and it did not end well for us at all. These guys have got to get better at that, especially against the run. Effort, C+. Guys, it's not complicated. We lose, we're out of the playoffs. We had 1 shot, and we blew it. And this team has a nasty habit of losing games that they should not lose in a playoff hunt. And winning games that they should win. That they're not supposed to win. And killing off our draft picks. We have a horrible history of that, folks. When will the status quo be broken? It's time to play for picks. Yes, folks, it's time to tank. I'm saying the T word. I'm not afraid to say it. You know, this isn't Harry Potter, and I'm not saying Voldemort's name, okay? When I say the T word. You all understand why this system is the way it is and how it's set up. We're just trying to take advantage of it the best way we can. And yes, that means tanking to get a top 5 pick. We're sitting at number 9 currently. Don't screw this up. You're not going to screw it up against the Buffalo, I know that. You're not going to screw it up against Tampa, I know that much. But what about that Saints game? Yeah, that Saints game. That you think you can win? Don't win it. Don't do it. This is not about winning and losing. This is about our future as a franchise. Now, if you're trying to keep your job, Matt Rule, you could start by giving us a top 5 pick. You can start by showing this team that you really do care about the future of this team. And by getting rid of Matt Barkley, because he doesn't belong on this 53-man roster. You know this. Neither does Sean Chandler. Start making a few moves. It's time. Our season's over. Start making moves. We need to retain certain players so that we can continue on into 2022. You know what players to get rid of. I've only been saying them all year. It's up to you. Do what you think is necessary to save this team. Or choke and lose your job. Your choice. It's up to you. But I warn you, I wouldn't piss Tepper off. His patience level is getting really, really thin lately. And I wouldn't want to be on the hot seat when that happens. Your call, Matt. Show me you want to be in this league. And you want to stay in this league. And you want to stay in Carolina, and this is where you belong. Show me. Don't tell me. I've heard enough lies on the podiums. I've heard enough excuses. We're done with that. Season's over. We're through. Focus on 2022. Focus on preparing for the draft. No more excuses for your losses or for this or for that. Prepare for 2022. And hope to God you still have a job at the end of this mess. Keep pounding.